Hello and welcome to the English Briefing, the podcast that helps you master professional English. I'm Melody.
And I'm Alec. Now, today we're doing something a little different. We're stepping away from the boardroom to talk about something a bit more personal, but just as important for navigating life in an English-speaking country.
That's right, Alec. We've received a lot of questions about social customs, and one topic comes up again and again: dating. Specifically, how do you ask a woman out on a date in the US? And if she says yes, what on earth do you talk about?
It can be a nerve-wracking experience, even for native speakers. So today we're going to give you some practical language and cultural tips to help you feel more confident.
Exactly. Let's start with the first hurdle, asking someone out. Alec, what's the most important thing to keep in mind?
I'd say the golden rule is to be direct but polite. In American culture, being clear and straightforward is usually appreciated. You want to avoid any confusion.
Right, so no cheesy romantic pickup lines you've seen in old movies.
Please no. It's much better to start a normal, friendly conversation first. Find the natural reason to talk to her. Maybe you're in the same class or you work in the same building.
Okay, so let's imagine you've started a conversation, you've introduced yourself. How do you move from friendly chat to actually asking for a date?
This is the key moment. The mistake many people make is being too vague. Don't say, "We should hang out sometime."
What's wrong with that?
It's not a clear invitation. Is it a date? Is it as friends? When is sometime? It puts the other person in an awkward position. You need to propose a specific activity.
That makes sense. So give us some good phrases to use.
Okay, a great, polite way to start is, "I was wondering if you'd like to get coffee sometime this week." Or, "I've really enjoyed talking with you. Would you be interested in getting dinner with me on Friday night?"
I like those. They're polite and very clear. I was wondering if is a nice, soft way to phrase a question, and you're suggesting a specific activity, coffee or dinner, and a general time frame.
Exactly. It's also a good idea to make it low pressure. You could add something like, "No worries if you're busy, but I thought I'd ask." This shows respect for her time and gives her an easy way to say no if she's not interested.
That's a great point. It shows confidence but not arrogance. Okay, so what about handling the response? If she says yes, that's easy.
Right. If she says yes, you just confirm the details. Great. How does 7:30 on Friday sound? Then you can exchange phone numbers to finalize a plan. But what if she says no?
This is so important. If she declines, you must be graceful. Just smile and say something like, "Okay, no problem. It was really nice talking to you anyway." And then you move on.
Absolutely. Don't ask why. Don't try to change her mind. Just accept it politely. How you handle rejection says a lot about your character.
Okay, so to recap the ask, be direct and polite. Suggest a specific activity, make it low pressure, and be graceful no matter the answer.
Perfect. Now let's assume she said yes. You've got a first date. What's a good plan for a first date, Melody?
My advice is to keep it simple and low pressure. Getting coffee or a drink is a classic for a reason.
Why's that?
Well, a coffee date can be short, maybe an hour. If you're not enjoying yourselves, it's easy to finish your drink and say, "Well, it was great to meet you. I have to get going." But if you are having a great time, you can easily extend it. "Would you like to get another one?" Or, "Hey, are you hungry? We could grab a bite to eat."
That's a very good point. A long formal dinner can feel like a trap if you don't connect. What about an activity, like seeing a movie?
I would advise against a movie for a first date. The whole point of a first date is to talk and get to know each other. You can't do that in a dark, silent theater.
Right. Good activities are things that allow for conversation. A walk in a park, visiting a museum, or even going to a farmer's market can be great.
Okay, so we have the date planned. Now for the biggest challenge, the conversation. What are some safe, interesting topics for a first date?
There's a useful acronym that can help here. FORD. It stands for family, occupation, recreation, and dream.
Ooh, I like that. FORD. Let's break it down. Let's start with occupation.
Sure, you can ask, "So what do you do for work?" But don't stop there. The key is follow-up questions. Ask, "What's the most interesting part of your job?" Or, "How did you get into that field?"
That shows you're actually listening and not just going through a checklist. Okay, what about recreation?
This is about hobbies and fun. Ask, what do you like to do in your free time? Or are you passionate about any hobbies? Travel is also a fantastic topic. Have you traveled anywhere cool recently? Or what's on your travel bucket list?
People love talking about their travels, and that leads nicely into dreams, right?
Exactly. This is about future goals and aspirations. You could ask, do you have any big goals you're working towards? Or what are you excited about for the future? It can lead to really interesting conversation.
So, FORD is a great starting point. Now, just as important, what topics should we absolutely avoid on a first date?
The big three are politics, religion, and past relationships. These topics are often very personal and can be controversial. A first date should be light and fun, not a heavy debate.
Totally agree. Don't talk about your ex-girlfriend. It's a huge red flag. Another one to avoid is money. Don't ask how much she earns or talk about how much things cost.
That's right. The goal is to find common ground and see if you have chemistry. One last tip on conversation, ask open-ended questions.
Can you give an example of that?
Instead of asking, do you like your city, which has a yes or no answer, ask, what are some of your favorite things about living in your city? This invites a longer, more detailed answer and keeps the conversation flowing.
That's a fantastic tip. It's all about making the other person feel comfortable and showing that you're genuinely interested in who they are.
Well, it looks like that's all the time we have for today, so let's quickly summarize. When asking someone out, be direct, specific, and polite. For the date itself, choose a low-pressure activity that allows for conversation.
And when you're talking, use the FORD method, ask open-ended questions, avoid sensitive topics, and most importantly, just be yourself. Confidence and kindness are universally attractive.
Well said, Melody. Thanks for tuning in to this special episode of the English Briefing.
Join us next time when we return to our usual schedule of business English. Until then, take care and good luck.